OG Pizza in Essex is locally owned and operated and is a proud sponsor of your Essex 73s. Give our boys Bill and Justin a call today for a handmade pizza made with quality ingredients. Call them at 519-776-0800 or visit them in Essex at Unit 1 on Talbot Street North, number 292. Original Guys Pizza Pies. Give them a try.
What is going on, all you beauts and beauties? Welcome to the Hat Trick Hockey Podcast, brought to you by GL Heritage, the official beer of the Hat Trick Hockey Podcast. I am your host, Brett Hedges, joined by the creator of the host, the man in all red and the Detroit Red Wings slash Tigers hat, the creator of the show, Anthony Goddet, Toolbox Tony.
Yes. What
Hey! How you doing, my friend?
I'm fucking gassed, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gassed. So, well, the word's kind of out. We are moving.
Yes.
So we're kind of like getting the house ready and this and that, and so we're decluttering right
Yes.
now. You know that stage of it to where like Steph
Yeah, I've
has
been
been,
decluttering my house for like
bro.
5 years. So yeah.
Steph has been an absolute G. Like doing
Happy
this, like,
birthday.
yes, happy birthday too, by the way. But she has been like running like like, hey, like I'm gonna go get a freaking cake or something later. She's so dialed in. She's like, I don't fucking care about a cake right now. I'm like, damn. But I did go get one anyway. So
There you go.
we did the like cake and all that stuff with the kids, and but we've just been trying to get the house ready. So we're
So
moving
the house is
to
going up on the market soon.
the house is going up, should be up like this week.
Sweet. So you already have
So
your new house set in
we're
stone. You've already
we're
bought it,
hoping to
purchased
have
it.
we're hoping to have like offers in like a week.
Sweet. Well, that's why it was important for us to get together to put this show together because you are going to be very busy, and
Yeah.
a lot of things have happened in the past 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
including the Red Wings and the Toronto Maple Leafs
Mm-hmm.
getting some interesting results. We've got the Windsor Spitfires coming back from a couple of after a loss there with a couple of big wins,
Mm-hmm.
and in the PJHL we had another clash of Essex versus Lakeshore, and Essex came out
What?
on top. We'll have all of that and more at the end of the show. If you like the merch that Anthony's wearing, that beautiful red sweater with the Hat Trick Hockey logo, you can take a look at our merch store in the description. Check out that link. Make sure you give us a big follow on all of our social media also media platforms. And of course, if you guys are watching us on YouTube, say I'm waving to you right now. You're watching us
Hi.
on YouTube. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and help us get up those numbers there.
Yeah,
Hey,
baby.
take a look at some of our previous videos. Darren McCarty video is always fun. And of course, if you're interested in advertising or anything like that, make sure you reach out to us at hattrickhockeypodcast@gmail.com. Is there
Mhm.
anything else you'd like to add, sir, before we get into the rundown?
Well, what's been going on with you though?
Well, that's true that we should start there.
You asked me, but what's
Um,
going on with you?
We've been very busy. Little boy Luke is very busy. My daughter's 5, and so she's always, SK is the biggest thing in the world right now. So we're
Hmm.
focusing on that. We had a lot of fun at Halloween, and now it's transitioning towards Christmas time and the
Yeah.
holiday season. It just seems like it was the other day that we were talking at the end of May about the Memorial Cup, and now we're staring at November, my friend.
I know it's crazy, man.
It is crazy. And what was crazy, well, we'll transition from crazy to crazy, is on Friday night, you and I and Tristan all went to the Your TV Windsor studio in
Yeah.
Windsor to go do the Windsor Spitfires game against the Flint
Yes.
Firebirds. We had our notebooks, our laptops ready. We were all ready to go, camera style, everything.
Hmm.
And we start doing the pregame show and we keep running.
And then
And
we kept doing the pregame show, and then
we
we
just kept
kept
doing the
doing the
pregame
pregame show,
show and we
and
kept doing
then
the
we
pregame
kept
show.
doing the pregame show.
In a
Yeah.
kind of an anomaly that
That was crazy.
that Cliff told us that's never happened before. We were not able to get the feed from the home team to
Hmm.
put a broadcast together from our side of things. So unfortunately, the technical aspects of the side, I believe, I don't want to put any blame on anybody, but I believe it came from the Flint side. And to be honest, we have had some issues with the Flint broadcast before. it's things that are way above our pay grade and our knowledge level. We are the
Yeah.
talent. We're there to talk about hockey, and I'm not going to go X's and O's about technical stuff with you guys because
Fuck
I
no.
don't know it personally.
No.
So we didn't end up doing the Windsor Spitfires game, so we did like a 30-minute pregame show, and I thought we did pretty well, like considering the spot that we were in. We didn't
Mhm.
know that the game was not going to be played until about
Yeah.
14 minutes into the broadcast. Um,
Hey,
so
can I
we
explain
were
something to
go for
everybody
it.
real quick? So,
Yes,
what
please
everybody
save me.
doesn't understand is when we normally go on at the start of a game, we're planned and we're blocked for about 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes roughly of time. And that's our little spiel pregame. We hit our points, bam, 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 bam. Brett flicks it over to the fellas, and then they're on the call, and we're sitting there watching the game. Okay. Well,
Hmm.
I'm sitting there and it's like, okay, it's 7:05. Like I'm expecting Brett to be like, all right, we're going over for puck drop. Well, next thing you know, it's 7:05 and then it's 7:10 and then it's
At,
7:15. And I'm
at
starting to wonder.
7:08, I looked at my phone. I was like,
Well,
what's
I
like,
kind of
what's,
pointed over when it popped up on the screen because the camera wasn't on me. So I kind of pointed over and it said on the screen that we were having a little bit of an issue getting the feed from Flint. And so Brett's like, oh yeah, we're just having a little bit of trouble or whatever from Flint. And guys, think we're now 10 minutes past the point of what we had ready to talk about. So
yeah.
like at this point, we're shooting off our hips. Okay. So and then next thing you know, it's going, and then Brett's like, yeah, we'll get everything over there when they get it settled out. And then like another couple minutes go by, and then Brett just announces, like, hey, you got us until 7:30 and we're out of here.
Yeah, we finally
And
got confirmation from the control room from our producers like, okay, so this is the plan for tonight. There's no
yeah,
Flint game. There is no Flint signal. We can't get it. Like no one from our system can grab it for some reason. We're gonna put you guys on until 7:30 and we're gonna close the show. And unfortunately, that's what it's gonna have to be tonight. So it wasn't that they were just letting us,
yeah, it
kind of
was,
like they were trying to figure things out on the
yeah.
technical side too, because this is live TV and
Mhm.
they were trying to, get everything lined up in a row, trying to save this broadcast, trying to think, trying to
Yeah,
get this signal from Flint so we can, play it from Windsor for our folks at home. So we apologize if there's anybody that
yeah.
was
Sorry.
upset about anything like that. I talked to my one neighbor. He said that he was very happy to see me on TV, but he was swearing because he's like, "Where's the game? Like, I know the
Tell
game's going on."
So
Like,
were we. So were we.
yeah. So, but it ended up being all right. Hey man, we pulled off a 30-minute show
Yeah.
basically off of experience and
Basically off our
after
ass.
yeah, like like not just not like that, but like off of like after like 12 minutes, after like 8, 9 minutes into it, we're like, okay, we're in podcast mode now.
Yeah.
So let's just, like obviously there's
Well,
something going on that's delaying what's going on. Let's just keep going. And
mm,
if we need to cut off somebody mid-sentence to throw to the game, we'll just do that.
yeah.
But yeah, I thought we did very well. Tristan did a great job. We were
Yeah.
talking I on
Tristan's
the fly, we started talking about central scouting
goalie
watch
fights.
lists and goalie fights and yeah, and Jack Nesbitt and Jack Ivankovic, who are B raters, and telling people the difference between A, B, and W ratings. And yeah, it turned out I thought it turned into
Yeah.
pretty entertaining
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't mean by like off our ass, like we didn't know what we were talking about, but I just mean like,
Basically had to
w-
take it one question at a
yeah,
time.
we're only, well, I could tell Brett was starting to have fun with it because every question he was asking me, he's laughing the whole time because Brett knows, like, I don't, like especially when we're on live, like you know what I mean, like I kind of
I
like
don't
to
want to get
know.
super detailed
Yeah,
with
I
things
kind of like
because
to
it kind
know
of
what's
pinches people in a
going
corner,
on,
right?
and just Brett is just throwing curveballs at me. But luckily, I fouled a few off, and then I got a base hit, so we were good to go. But
Absolutely. And you know
yeah, it
what?
was different.
Whatever. We got it to 7:30 and we were our duties were done for the night. Like I said, our producer told us that was the first time that's ever happened. So kind
Hmm.
of an anomaly and we ended up having a Friday night on our own. Where did we go, Ant? Tell the folks where we ended up on the Friday night.
Well, we said screw it, and we shot out to Lakeshore for the Essex Lakeshore game.
Yeah, once we finished up all of our duties at the
Yeah,
studio and everything, we said goodbye to the producer and we looked at each other like, "Hey, like still pretty early.
we can
You
shoot
guys want to
across
go to
EC row.
Lakeshore?" Yeah, let's. And so we took the EC row all the way down to Lakeshore in about 20 minutes or so, and we were there by midway through the second period.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Yeah, we got there just as Lakeshore scored that shorthanded goal to make it 5-2.
Yeah, it was 5-2 when
So
we rolled up. Yeah.
so basically, let's just go into our recap of that game, and then we'll go OHL and NHL to figure to go for the rest of the show. So second game of the
Hmm.
season series between Windsor. I keep saying Windsor. Sorry, we were doing the Windsor Spitfires game. We went to the 73s and Lakeshore game.
Yeah.
So second game, these guys have played against each other. I like that the league kind of backed off the first couple of games of them early in the year
Hmm.
to give us something to savor a little bit.
Hmm.
Second game of the year, right at the end of October, beginning of November. You couldn't have asked for kind of a better timing there. First
Beauty.
game in Lakeshore for the season series. I I like that. I like the rink. It's very nice sight lines, very bright, nice rink. Looked pretty good. And the hockey was pretty solid as well. When we got there, it was 5-2, but the
Yeah.
final score ends up being 8-5. Good
Yeah.
battle back and forth between some teams that were playing pretty physical, a lot of penalties, and Windsor, I mean,
Mhm.
Essex comes out on
Dash
top
too.
8-5. Yeah,
So
dash two for me today.
so
But
have in
your thoughts
mind
on the game?
too. Have in mind too, Lakeshore also took 2 5-minute majors as well and lost two guys on the blue line as well. So
Okay.
one of them being early, I believe it was a hit on Piccolo, I want to say, which um Essex did end up capitalizing on. They did score on that power play. Essex actually went 3 for 5 on the power play in this game. So looked
Yeah.
very good on the power play and power play goals from Dembinski, Braddock, and Gouvermont in the third period, early third period. Goovy's goal was on the power play.
Yep.
Um, we had Rive added a empty netter with 2 seconds left to kind of seal the deal. I'm kind of surprised though that these teams like they always play each other hard and they always, hit each other and the games are always so close. Like I don't think I've ever like actually seen like a fight between these two teams. Like
Oh,
just like a fight. Like it's normally just hard hitting, fast paced, kind of feeling each other out type deal to kind of waiting for another one just to make a mistake, right? But um McBride played good. Peroski looked like very good as well too. Like don't I know Essex may have scored 8 goals, but he made some crazy saves in the third period
he
to keep
did.
the
Yeah.
game like somewhat tight. And have in mind, Essex jumped out to a 5-1 lead in this game too, and they like Lakeshore kind of crept back into it, but Essex ended up holding them off for a win. So have in mind too, these teams also play. They play in Essex on Friday, November 15th. That is alumni night for us, I believe.
Okay.
And then they play again Tuesday, November 26th again in Essex on a Tuesday night. So they played 2 more times this month. So keep those dates in mind.
Yeah, and Essex has 9 games in the month of November, so big matchups for the 73s and the
Yeah.
Canadians going on there. I thought that when I saw Trevor LaRue get the power play goal in the second period to make it 5-3,
Mhm.
that I was like, you know what? Oh, you know what? Like
Here we
here it
go.
comes, like
Mhm.
here we go. But Essex at the end of the second period kind of shut things down. At the beginning of the third period, they took care of business and they got a big goal at 3:23 of the third from Gouvermont to
Mhm.
go up 6-3. And then, you know what? Give Lakeshore credit though. Just 45 seconds later, they
Bam.
get a goal back. Sorry, it was 16 seconds later. It
Mhm.
was from Scarlett, right? And we were
I,
right there. We saw
I
that goal
believe that
from
was on a
Goovy.
rebound, right?
It was a redirect. It was a pass right in front, and just
Okay.
someone was like a backdoor pass. Someone got behind the
Mhm.
D there. Nice. It was bang bang right after the Gouvermont goal,
That
and then again I was
Scarlet
like 6-4. I was like, here we go.
that
Like,
Scarlet always seems to score on us all the time.
and then it was Nick Rosati
Yeah. Shocker.
scoring at 14. Sorry, Nate Dowling scored a little bit after that, his second goal of the game to make it 7-5 or 7-4.
And
Sorry.
that's good because Nate's been kind of like quiet as of late, so that's good for him to maybe this is kaboom. So hopefully it is.
And he was all over the ice too when we got there, right? Tristan
Oh
was
yeah.
pointing out different guys to me because I didn't realize it at the time, but I hadn't been to a junior C game, not because I didn't want to, it just didn't happen. This
Yeah,
has been
timing.
12 years for me
Yeah,
since I'd been.
yeah.
So unless I'm not remembering sometime, but
Mhm.
like, I was really happy to get back in a junior C rink. In in the middle of the biggest battle that we have in the county here, and obviously those other teams in the county are creeping up there. But as of right now, it's 1A, 1B
Yeah.
in the league, and Essex took game 2 in the season series
1-1,
8-5. I was
baby.
very surprised. I was very surprised at the total goals, but
Yeah,
if anyone placed a bet on the over, they'd be pretty happy there. So,
damn right.
and then we went and got some wings
Yeah, we did. We crushed a little bit of everything that night. It was,
because we were still hungry.
yeah,
But it's a big win. Obviously, it's just 2 points, but it's good for
statement win.
Essex. Yeah, it
Statement
was
win.
good for Essex to get back in the win
Yeah,
column after Lakeshore took the first one 2 weeks ago there. Big week coming up for the 73s. They got Dresden on the Tuesday coming up,
yes, sir.
and I believe it's one of the weeks where they have three in a matter of
Yeah,
like
so
7 days as well.
they play
Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday.
yes.
So they got to host Essex on Tuesday, November 5th. They got to go up
Tuesday,
to
Saturday,
Moortown.
Tuesday, Friday.
Yeah, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Friday. So a big 9 days. I'm gonna try and sneak out to Essex for that Lakeshore game on the Friday because I'll be on days and I'll be able to come see you guys. So maybe
Yeah,
I'll come check out how you guys do things in the broadcast area there.
for sure.
That'd be fun. Any other thoughts on that, or you want to keep going, my man? We'll keep
Let's
it
keep
short
it
and sweet this.
rolling. Yeah.
All right, we'll keep an eye on the
Frisbee.
PGHL. Make sure, hey, if you guys want any information, stories, stats, schedules, thepjhl.ca. Great little site
Yeah.
there. And not just our division too. Obviously, 64
Yeah.
teams
Check
in
out this league.
Ontario.
Oh, there's this is it the Alliston team? Alliston Hornets, I think. They had a
Yes.
game, they won like 12 or 13 nothing. They fired 96 shots. So let's just throw that out there.
Wow.
Insane stuff. So
And Alliston was the
96
team
shots.
that Tristan was talking about where they have the former Windsor Spitfire
Yeah.
player,
This guy's a
Jake
sniper.
Holmes.
Yeah,
So
he's a sniper.
big D man. So look forward to that. Hey man, I would love to see the Alliston in the Schmaltz Cup Finals maybe later this year. Maybe we'll see him in
Would be
April or May.
nice.
I don't
Lots of
know.
work to do though.
Lots of work to go before then for sure.
And
But hey,
remember, Lakeshore is still the champs. So you still have to
oh,
go through them. So
absolutely. Love the jerseys. I
I
loved
will
seeing.
never look past them ever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm a Lakeshore guy,
Yeah.
right? So I really
Easy
enjoyed
now.
seeing the like the retired jerseys, seeing the Bugner jerseys, the Domi
Yeah.
jersey. That was cool. I mean, I'm looking for the Lee Harris jersey up there. I don't
Yeah.
know why we don't
Maybe
have it
soon.
yet, but
Maybe
maybe
soon.
soon. But like when I look back, when I see those cool jerseys, that's I think of being a kid and
Yeah.
thinking of, the Bell River Canadians back in the day.
That
But
new rink is
also
cool
love me
though.
some.
That's a cool rink, man. I do like that. It's
I
nice and
do. I
bright.
love that it's raised up a little bit. I love the fact that they sell beer on the concourse there. That was a
Yeah,
nice.
buddy. Essex does too.
Oh yeah, I'm
I
just
love the
saying, like it's
fact
a
that
nice add.
Ant got a couple white claws during the game.
It
No
was
laws
good.
when you're drinking claws, guys. No laws.
Yeah, it's a beautiful junior C
Oh
rink
yeah, it's
for
a
to
great
have in the
rink.
area.
Great
If like
atmosphere too.
yeah, if there was ever like like a tournament style where you had in the playoffs for some reason, if you held it all at Atlas, it would take
Oh
care of
yeah.
everything you need. They've got plenty of rooms. They've got the extra rinks for a practice area if you needed to. If
Crispy
you needed
rice.
to, yeah, it'd be perfect there. So big shout out to Lakeshore and Essex there. Let's
Mhm.
move on to the OHL, shall we? So we
Yo.
were talking about the Windsor Spitfires. We were doing their game on the Friday. They're coming back after a loss to Sault Ste. Marie at home ice on Wednesday, which, it's good. It's good to get a loss. This
Mhm.
team is not bulletproof, right? If they run into a hot goaltender, if they don't play well, they're going to lose. They lost 3-1 to the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. It was 2-1. Minyosa scored 2 goals quickly in the first period, and Windsor was just on the behind the 8 ball after that. They lose 3-1 on an empty net goal. Whatever. It's for Joey Costanzo's first loss on the year, but they come back on Friday to play Flint, a division team who first of 6 matchups on the year, and of course they're an American team, so that's why we were over there
Yep.
doing the stuff with the studio. Windsor takes care of business, man. Joey Costanzo with 21
Joey,
saves
Joey, Joey.
gets another shutout. The one thing that I liked about this weekend, and of course we'll talk about the game on Sunday because it just happened,
Yeah.
is that Windsor was getting some scoring from some secondary sources in the game on Friday against Flint. Connor Walton scores his second goal of the year, just puts a shot on goal, and I'm not sure if it took a weird bounce or it dropped a little bit, but Nathan Day just kind of whiffs on it. So Windsor gets up 1-0 in the second period there. Ryan Abraham scores, and
Shocker.
then it was just 2-0. It wasn't 3-0. So Windsor,
No, it was three.
wins. It was 3. Sorry,
Um,
I'm getting it mixed up.
Cole Davis or yeah,
Oh, sorry, Cole
Yeah,
Davis had
Davis
the
scored.
second. Yeah, Cole Davis
Davis
had the
scored in the
second goal
second
there.
period from
Yeah,
Abraham and Walton.
yeah. So Connor Walton goal and assist on that game. Good for him. Windsor, Joey Costanza, what can you say? This guy's been fantastic. And not to overcast the Friday game, obviously it was a big shutout there, but on Sunday they come back. Flint actually had to play 3 games in 2.5 days so they hosted Windsor on the Friday. They hosted Sault Ste. Marie on the Saturday. They got blanked on Friday against Windsor. They got blanked on Saturday against Sault Ste. Marie. And then they come into Windsor on Sunday and they're losing. Windsor's up Windsor's up 1-0 after the second period.
Yeah.
They score 3 goals in a row in the third. And then with less than 10 minutes to go, Joey Costanzo almost had another shutout. Flint scores to make it a 4-1 game. So
No.
just an absolute Joey Costanzo filled weekend. He took care of business against the Flint Firebirds, and Windsor picks up 4 big points in their division with 2 wins over Flint in the matter of 2 days. So big weekend for the Spits after a bounce back after a loss on the Wednesday. What do you think, Ant?
I'm a big shots on goal guy, and considering like both games they were in the 20s.
So I was kind of surprised with that. I was just looking at that. Um, but it's nice to see when it comes to the Friday night game, them getting some secondary scoring. You don't always have to rely on the big dogs, right? So it's nice to get some secondary scoring, snap it around a little bit. This way, if everybody's rolling, right, then you're starting to score 6, 7, 8 goals a game at times. Um, this Morneau kid though has been all over the score sheet as of late too.
No more no.
Yeah,
Riverside boy.
Yeah, and he is an animal. That kid is all over the ice. He's very physical. He's in your face. He gets to the dirty areas too. So I like his game the way he's been. Green Tree, of course. Did believe he scored today. Surprise, surprise.
Yes.
Look who assisted it. Oh, Morneau and Spelzy. Wow, shocker, right? So these guys, Spelzy too. Oh man, that guy is a unit as well. But
I wanted to talk a little bit more about the 4th goal that he scored. I'll talk about that in a minute. Go ahead.
I'm actually really happy with the way the Spits have been lately. One of the things too that we keep bringing up because it was a big issue was the goals against. And look, that's 2 wins in a row, back-to-back nights, right? Home and home. You allowed 1 goal in 2 games.
Yeah.
So but Joey, holy crow. In Joey we trust. Let's like I said before. He's just having this is MVP like, no?
I mean, yeah, that's fair assessment, right? Obviously, it's very early in the year. Windsor's 11-2-1 on the year, but if
Like
you
if
were
he keeps
looking
up
at
at this trend,
no, yeah, if you're looking at who would get an accolade for a team that is doing that well statistically, like the starting goaltender on a team that's that good would be a first team OHL All-Star, maybe a second or first team
when's the last
CHL
time
All-Star.
Windsor had a goalie like this? Mikey, probably.
Mikey DiPietro, yeah.
Okay.
So, but still,
I
in the
like it.
fact that he's 19 years old, it's, he's coming into his own kind of a thing. Like he's maturing physically. Like even when he was playing as a 17-year-old, he was very impressive.
He's like
Obviously
Gumby,
last,
man.
what's that?
He's like freaking Gumby. Like
Yeah.
some of the saves he's making, he's like, how? Like,
Yeah. And I feel like, he plays like obviously he's 6 foot and 6 foot or 6'1", right? And I feel like he plays bigger than that. Like it looks like he fills the net like a guy who's 6'3", 6'4", rather than someone who might have to rely on the quickness side to side to maybe cover up those edges and those angles, right?
Yeah.
But I've been really impressed with him. I've liked him ever since Windsor picked him up from Niagara 2 years ago. So Billy Bowler, another steal there.
Yeah.
Couple years in the making, right? Last year it wasn't a great year for him, but it wasn't a great year for anybody. So it's I'm really happy that we've got, steady Joey on the back end for our Windsor Spitfires.
Me
And
too.
we talked about secondary scoring. Ethan Martin scored the game winner today. He scored the second goal, which was the first goal in the third period to put
Yeah.
Windsor up 2-0 there. So, and that was good to see him because he's one of those guys that he's going to stay in the lineup when he's healthy. He's a big body, he's physical, but he's got to make sure that he's making sure that people know that he's out there. Right. So by him picking up those picking up some penalty minutes and some hits and some assists and, picking up the occasional goal by being a big body up front, that's what his game's going to be. And I think when he went back to the bench after getting that goal against Flint, that Greg Walters said that to him, say, hey, that's what you're here for. Good job, like causing traffic to the net, deflect it, use a good stick. That's what we need you for. And if he can
Absolutely.
and if if you can get 10, 12 goals out of Ethan Martin this year, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cause some ruckus out front of the net. I love that.
Love it, right? Windsor loves being physical, playing the body, playing full 200-foot pucks, 200-foot ice. So it's good to see. It's been 2 weeks since we talked about them, but I really think this past week, those three results are all we really need to talk about. Windsor 11-2-1, one of the top teams in the OHL. Ranked number 1 in the OHL power rankings, ranked number 2 in the CHL power rankings. Those are all different people that decide those things, but it must be evidence of good play that they're getting those consensus results there. So another team that is getting really hot right now is the Kitchener Rangers, and they're going to play them in the next couple of weeks. So after Windsor beat them like second game of the year or third game of the year, routed them like 11-2.
12-2 or something. There's about 55 fights.
I think it was 10-2 or something like that. And Kitchener has only lost one other game besides that. They are also 11-2. I think they're 12-2 right now.
Yeah, so they're going to be looking for a little redemption next time
those two teams face each other then. Also,
for sure,
there was also a bunch of scraps in that game too, and I believe that game was 12-2.
I believe you're right. I'm just going to double check that right now. But that, and we always like to talk about London, right, being the team to be in the West. Like, obviously, London's going to find water. They're going to be an above average team in the league. But I'm focusing on Kitchener right now because they're the hot team, and it's going to be a team that we want to make sure that we're strong against. So we're going to play Kitchener on Friday, November 22nd in Kitchener. So I know we'll have to do a trip out to the Odd one time this year. We play Windsor. Kitchener plays in Windsor on Saturday, December 7th. So that's a Saturday night game. So.
That. I feel like that's one of the ones that the guys were talking about going to in the box.
I think you're 100% right. They were talking about either December 7th or December 14th.
There might just be a bunch of beauties there in a box that night. So we'll see how that goes. But look out WFCU Center if that's the case.
The 7th would be against Kitchener. The 14th would be against London. So either way, there's some big matchups. Big matchups coming in. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll keep an eye on the Spits. Liam Greentree.
I'm leaning on the game on the 7th just because like moving day for me is like the 16th. So
yes. Yeah, you're going to be very busy in December. So December might be a light month for the podcast. So just letting everybody know.
No, we're going to keep going. Show must go on.
That was a test and you passed.
Thank you.
There you go.
The
Perfect.
show moves on.
The show always moves on, baby, because the people need to be entertained.
Yes.
That's right. Before we leave the OHL segment, Liam Greentree, second in the OHL, 29 points, right in front of Michael Miza, Carson Rakoff. He's got 8 goals and 21 assists, and the only person in front of him is Porter Martone for Brampton. So 2 of the top 5 scorers in the league are from the Brampton Steelheads. So could be a team that we see on the East bracket making their way to the finals this year if all things go their way. So
Bring it
just wanted
on.
to put that out there. Okay, do you want to talk some NHL, my friend?
Damn straight.
Okay, our Detroit Red Wings picked
Mm-hmm.
up a big
Oh,
2-1 win over Buffalo on Saturday night in Detroit. Dylan Larkin, the captain, scores 2 power play goals in the second period to snap a 3-game losing skid for the
What's
for
up
the
with you in
Detroit Red
Windsor?
Wings. I always talk about Windsor,
I
so
know
it's
it's all
always
good.
just easy. I live in
it is
Windsor.
kind of our job too.
It
So
is our thing. So, your thoughts on this win for Detroit over Buffalo? I listened to the whole game. From what the consensus was, it seemed like they played very physical. They played
Yeah.
a lot in Buffalo's end,
Mm.
and it was a trend, a play worthy of, possibly a playoff team if they were to sustain it.
mhm.
Larkin gets 2 power play goals. He's now tied for the league lead in power play goals with 5. Just a good night for the boys. Cam Talbot played very well
Yes, he
early,
did.
and the Wings are 5-5-1. They're not killing it. They're not getting smoked, but I don't know. We're on a fine line here with the Wings,
Yeah.
man. If it could go good or it could go very very bad.
Well, first of all, thank God Tage Thompson, who has been like the Red Wing killer, who has more points against them than games played. Let's put it that way. And so he was quiet. So all they got was a first period goal that was unassisted.
That was a shorthanded goal
Alex
from
Tuck,
Tuck.
yeah. It was shorthanded, yes. And then, but Larkin, his two goals were like 7 minutes apart, eh? So both
Yes,
in the second period, about 7 minutes apart. Goaltending was good. Talbot made some crazy saves at the end of the game to actually seal the deal for Detroit because they had a couple late scrambles around the net that I thought that they were going to tie it. I believe they hit a goal post as well.
I think you're right.
And it had me on the edge of my seat. Let's put it that way. Even though it's only Buffalo. Hey, those are points that we need. Because look at last year. They did everything that they were supposed to do at the end of the year, and they lost by what? A fucking point.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So games like this are huge, man. Those games that are 2-1, 3-2, like those tight games are the ones that you really need to win. And everybody hates shootouts. Listen, I'm not the craziest on them either, but those are big points too. Like you have to get those. Another nice thing to see about this score sheet here that I'm looking at is not only did Larkin have 2 goals, but Kane had a point, Raymond had a point, DeBrinket had a point. So maybe this is will light a fire under the asses of these fucking big dogs here to like get stuff rolling here so we can make a push for the playoffs and end this drought, shall I say.
For sure. And the fact that they are 5-5-1, right around the 500 mark, it means that they're treading water. They're not
But we got to
they're
go
not
boom here.
yeah, they're not struggling right now,
Yeah.
but it's time to go on a run here and try and take
Mhm.
control of things before
Absolutely.
Christmas and get themselves in a good position. Because what was it? Last 2-3 weeks of the year, they were what, 8 points up on a playoff spot,
Yeah.
and then it all fell apart in the
And
last
then they
month of the
lost
year.
like four or five straight or something. They did a skid there and then they were right back in the mix.
Yep. So that's all it takes.
Mm.
So I'm excited there. They have an interesting week because they have to go play at uh at Chicago, pardon me. They have to play at Toronto, and then they come back and they play the Canadians.
I mean,
Sorry, Rangers. Hawks,
okay.
Leafs,
Well,
Rangers this week. So yeah, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. They play the Rangers at home.
in the words of Austin Powers, ouch, baby. Very
Ouch,
ouch.
baby.
Especially especially the Leafs, if the Leafs can figure it out. Um, but the Rangers, oof,
One of
ouch.
the best teams in the league.
Yeah, with riding a hot goalie too. So
So if you're the Wings, you better at least pick up 2 or 3 points between Chicago and Toronto.
I'm saying if you're gonna win two of the three, let's say, you have to beat the Blackhawks and you have to beat the Leafs.
Yeah, because it's going to be really tough against New York because they got Shesterkin and they got a really good defensive core there
Exactly.
too.
Exactly.
So, what are you doing on Wednesday night? Are you going to watch Chicago playing Detroit?
I probably will, yeah. Ethan's usually dialed into when the Red Wings are playing. So
I'm sure I'll have it on and doing other things too around the house, but we usually have it on. We watched the third period of the Spitfire game tonight here, so
Mm-hmm.
as I got the CHL package, but it's always hockey in this house, you know that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if I can tune in on Wednesday. I'm really excited to see Connor Bedard. I have not watched the game with him in it
Benji.
against the Wings. So
Yeah.
I've picked up some time with him playing against random other people,
Mhm.
but against the Wings, I have not been able to take in too much of that. So I'm excited for that
Ethan
on
asked me for a
Wednesday.
jersey. Dad, can I get a Bedsy? He wants a Bedsy jersey. I'm like, he's downstairs here trying to hit like meshies and shit like that. Like, dude, you're 8. Why are you trying to hit a meshie? So Bedsy's got everybody. I mean, he's exciting to watch. Like, don't get me wrong.
For sure. And if you're gonna, if you're gonna hitch the wagon to a young guy
Who would
to
ever
maybe,
thought that Geyser would hit mishies in the show like that and it be like acceptable? Come around the net on a guy like Chris Pronger and try to fucking hit a mishie on Chris Pronger and tell me if your arm is still attached when you come around the net.
well, to say you'll probably get a cross check on the
Oh,
neck.
no, you'll get slashed. He'll hack your fucking arm off. Are you kidding me? That guy, he's pure evil. Like, and these guys, that's what I like. That's the one way to stop in Michigan,
That's true.
right?
That's
So
true. Just
these
hack it
guys, I'm
off.
just saying, these guys, that's ballsy to do. Let's say, especially too when he did it as a rookie. Whoa, baby, that's another thing. Like, whew, that's a set of testes on the kid. Let's put it that way.
Well, we're glad that he has that too because he's entertaining
Yeah, he
as
is.
hell to say the least,
He
and
is.
it's all about entertaining the
Yeah,
people,
you're
my friend,
right.
as you know.
He's very
Do you
entertaining.
do you want to talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs shortly?
Oh, sure. I
The
mean,
Toronto Maple Leafs are now 6-6-1. They beat
mhm.
St. Louis the other night 4-2, but they lost in overtime to Minnesota on Sunday night. We watched that just before we went on air here.
Yeah.
Pretty decent game. Overtime is kind of a crapshoot. A turnover in the middle in the neutral zone there. Nice pass up the front, and Minnesota scores
Is that
on
who passed
Stolars.
that? Spurgeon or Sturgeon,
1 second. I had
I
it right
believe.
here. One
I
second.
think I know who it was. I'm just not sure how to say
It
his
was
name.
a great play. Like
It was a beautiful
to
play. So what had
don't
happened is the
yeah.
puck kind of squirted out in the center ice, and he was in a race with Max Domi, I want to say.
hmm
And he had gotten in front of him, made a great play, but he just turned around and just whipped it right back up the middle of the ice, and he had 2 guys on a 2-on-0.
Yeah, it was Spurgeon with a nice pass,
Yeah.
and I thought he was gonna, turn it over or whatever, but it was right on the tape
He
for
knew where
Rossi.
he knew where those guys were.
hmm It was Rossi and then Boldy with the
Yeah.
assist there, so that was
What
pretty
a goal.
sweet.
What a fucking move. Are you kidding me? Top
hmm
shelf too.
Pretty sure
That's the
Rossi.
definition of crispy right there.
Who is this career?
Because
Who
you
is
deep
this?
top shelf.
Yeah, and the Rossi, the center that set up the game-winning goal, he was the former lead scorer in the OHL back in the day for Ottawa. Marco
Oh,
Rossi, he's really good.
there you go.
So there's some OHL content for you guys
Fun fact of the day.
there. Yes. So Leafs lose, Wings win. They play each other on Friday. Where are you going to be for that? And what's your favorite go-to dip or like meal or like snack to watch a hockey game?
I'm a nacho dip guy.
You're a nacho dip guy.
Like a not a nacho dip, like a taco dip. I'm a taco dip guy.
You know
I
what
like
kind of
that
guy I
shit.
am?
A dip guy.
I'm an OG pizza guy, a
Well,
proud
yeah, like
sponsor
come
of
on. Like
Hot
come
Trick
on.
Hockey
Every
Podcast.
time
Make
we
sure you
fucking
get some
order
OG.
pizza, it's from OG.
Absolutely.
Get the garlic crust too. You'll thank me after for that. That's my fat guy secret. So that's what you do. You're on the edge
No,
right
my favorite hack at OG Pizzas in all of them
there.
basically. They remind me of the Naples growing up, right? Because the guys that own the Naples and Harrow,
Yeah.
they started OG Pizza because Harrow makes the best pizza in the entire world. And they spread it all over the place. My favorite hack, get the pizza sub. You can get 2 subs for $20 or something like that.
Hmm.
Get 2 pizza subs, get them baked in the oven. Maybe get yourself a cheesy bread or like, garlic finger or cheese. Yeah, garlic bread, they call it. Garlic bread with cheese.
Yeah.
$30, 2 subs and a garlic bread. What more can you do?
So I was expecting you to like, then you gotta put the fucking garlic bread Oh, I thought we were going like real fat guy stuff here because I was gonna say, well, when are we trying that? But,
We'll get some garlic bread on the subs for the pizza bread. Yeah,
oh,
we'll ask our guys Bill and
oh yeah,
Justin to make
Billy.
us
If
up
I
something
say Billy,
crazy.
we're doing this, I could feel my blood moving. He'll be like, okay, here you go. Like, is this what you want? Throw some bacon on there too.
Oh, I remember just used to getting the BLT pizza back in the day, and it was
Oh,
just being
bro,
so good. Like
just
the nice cold tomatoes and the lettuce going along with the hot pizza. Oh,
with the
ugh.
15 beers that you drank that night, it's always
I
good.
I would not know about
Yeah,
anything about that.
neither would I.
Perfect. Is there anything else you'd like to add about hockey this week, my friend, before we send everyone home?
No, not really. I think we kind of
Congrats
touched
on the new
base on.
house.
Yes, thank you. I think we kind of touched base on everything what we need to. Guys, too, come down to Essex, 7 o'clock puck drop. Come check out the threes. Um, they play usually every Tuesday night at home, 7 o'clock puck drop. So hit them up, guys. It's good hockey.
But this week is
And the Spits too. Check out the
yeah.
Spits.
But the one thing that's different, not next Tuesday, but the next Friday, they're playing Lakeshore at home, right? One
Yes.
of the
So
rare
yeah,
gate.
so
Yeah.
that is the alumni night game. So there'll be three guys going on the wall that night. And yeah, it's there's a bar and stuff there after and all that stuff. So
Well,
look
that's good
forward
that
to
we
it.
know that.
And then there's a lot of like former 73s and stuff that are at that game. That game is usually so last year it was against Wheatley, I want to say, and it was pretty packed. This year's against Lakeshore. I'm expecting it to be jammed. So
Yeah.
get your tickets as well because I'm telling you right now, there's a good chance that that game could be sold out. So
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I get mine because I definitely want to go to that one as well.
I'll
Because
take
I want
care
to
of
make
you,
sure.
Brett. Don't worry. I got you. I'll take care of you. But
Appreciate it. It's good to know
but yeah,
people.
everybody else though, like I'm telling you right now, you're gonna want to get your tickets.
And it's good puck too. These teams go back and forth.
This is a rivalry.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And there was physical play back and forth. I only got to see a penalty. I only got to see a period and a half, but there was lots of highlights, lots of good play, lots of good
We were
defensive work.
glued to the ice.
It was
Literally.
great.
And also too, you got to meet like Mike and Bugsy and some of the other
Yeah.
um like management from the threes and stuff, which I wanted you to meet them because obviously you're going to be around us, so you're going to be around them a little bit and stuff too. So it's kind
Yeah,
of
for
why I
sure.
wanted
Saw a
you
lot of
to
familiar names out there. Yeah, I saw Ren Segan from the from St. Clair College too. That was nice. I got to bump into him. Some
mhm,
nice fans, lots of Essex fans that were out in
mhm.
Lakeshore. Lots of Lakeshore fans,
Yeah.
obviously there. Love that.
Also,
A bunch of people came up and talked to you
yeah.
guys. So
Also too, guys, when you see us at the games and stuff like that, like if you see us at a game or like Spits or 73s or whatever, say hi. It's all good. We
come
don't
talk.
mind.
And I'll give you $20.
Yeah, or a stunner or whatever, whatever. We'll see what
Stuff
happens.
a
But
handshake or a stunner. You play the
no, but
game.
yeah, like I've taken a few photos and stuff with people. I don't mind, honestly. Say hi, we'll talk hockey if I can. If my son's not running away from me, then we're good to go. Uh, but I don't mind like freaking shooting the shit. So hit us
Sounds
up.
good. Well, we
Mhm.
look forward to seeing everybody
Yep.
at the rink around the league. And make sure, we talked to you guys a little bit about this last time, but we're going to try and start a segment, if we can, called Locals Around the League and Locals Around the World. So if you know
Yep.
people who are in the NHL that we, maybe haven't talked about yet, or maybe we're not aware of, hey, shoot us a message on Instagram or Facebook or send us an email and say, hey, this person's doing this. And maybe, down the line we can chat about it because if we don't know, we can't talk about it. So give us a show, show. I don't know if you know people who are playing in the NCAA right now that we're not aware
Yeah.
of from Windsor,
Yeah.
Essex County. Give us a show. Maybe we'll take a look at a box score, see how they're doing. Right. So
Damn right.
let us know how it all goes. We're all about spreading the love here at Hat Trick Hockey. Is that it? Is that all, my friend?
I think so, brother.
All right. Crispy rice, spicy tuna.
Crispy.
All right, from all of us here at the Hat Trick Hockey Podcast, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. Make sure we get those subscribers up on the YouTube channel. Get all of our social media channels, and make sure you check out the merch store. It's almost Christmas.
Smash
You
it.
can get some podcast fans their favorite swag of the year with just a couple of clicks. Make sure you reach that. All right, from Brett Hedges and Ant Gaudette, thanks for tuning in to watching Hat Trick Hockey. We'll see you next week from all of us here at Hat Trick Hockey Podcast. Good night.
I've lost my fight.